This call is now being recorded.
Right, sir.
Good morning to all. I am Dr. Prasad Babu, Assistant Regional Director, Indira Gandhi National Open University Regional Center, Vijayawada. Today, along with us, Professor T.D. Vimla Madam, Professor of Psychology, Acharya Nagarjuna University, Department of Psychology. Madam also with us. Madam is the resource person for today's program. Before starting, Madam information, I want to tell you something. For second year students, we have 5 papers, practical components. One is MCFTL 006, MCFTL 007, MCFTF 4, 5 or 6. Candidate has to choose one. And MCFTP 001 internship, MCFTP 002 project. So first MCFTL 006 and 7 Madam will explain to you. And MCFTE 004 already in guidelines, yesterday I have sent the PDF to all the learners. Please see that what they have mentioned in the guidelines, you follow that. While write the report of organization working in the field, do the review only by visiting the web page through online mode. This report will carry 50 marks. First point. Second one, on YouTube or any other online mode, view the counseling session in the domain of the elective course. Write an analytical report of the same. Note down and include the report exact URL and counseling session with an individual. The type of counseling method used, details of the case, emotional, everything they have mentioned. Based on that, you can see the counseling case and write down your report. Second one also same. One YouTube or any other online mode, view a family therapy session. First session is a counseling session, any counseling session. Second one is family counseling, family therapy session. So you see the family therapy session and they have given what you have to note down the information. Type of family therapy method used, the details of the case, emotional environment in the family therapy session, and your critical analysis of the session, your recommendations and conclusions and reflections. So all these, once you go through that, you can get information. Based on that, you go to the online and get the information and write down the your MCFTP 4 or 5 or 6. This is practical MCFTE 04, 5 or 6. Regarding MCFTP 001 internship, candidate has to need to do only the following. Already guidelines they have given.
Internship, I'm given that internship.
Guidelines already. Guidelines already I have sent to all the learners yesterday, first year and second year.
Okay.
PDF.
Okay.
And on YouTube or any other online mode, view 2 counseling sessions and write an analytical report of each. Same 4 ki MCFTP 004 కేం రాస్తారో అదే మోడల్లో ఇక్కడ కూడా మళ్ళీ 2 కేస్ స్టడీస్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ రాయాలి. అలాగే 2 ఫ్యామిలీ థెరపీ కేస్ స్టడీస్ రాయాలి. సో టోటల్ 4 you have to write for internship purpose through YouTube. You want to see the YouTube and online counseling sessions. So you can select the any YouTube channel, those who are providing the counseling sessions or family therapy sessions. Select that URL and go to that. What they are doing, you write down what you have to observe in the during the counseling session. They have given in the guidelines everything. So based on that, you can prepare the report. So this is the internship. So now Madam will explain only the thing is MCFTL 6, 7 and MCFTP 002 project. Even project 8 credits. So you have to prepare the project and submit to the regional center or study center on or before 31st May 31st kalla all the candidates have to submit all the record, practical record, internship record and project reports, including assignments. Last submission of last date is the 30th April. April 30th kalla assignment submit cheyala. Practical reports, internship reports, project report you have to submit to the TJPS College Guntur on or before 31st May. If already evaluate internal assessment is completed, you can submit through online mode also to the Delhi headquarters. But it is very difficult to submit online. You have to take all the photographs of the pages and keep one PDF and submit to the online. So no need. Whatever you have written already provided practical record books. No. So you prepare, you write down on the books and submit to the study center. We do the internal evaluation. After that, we send all the books to the Delhi headquarters for the external evaluation to the registrar student evaluation division. This is our duty. So please submit all the records on or before May 31st of 2023. And before concluding my talk, please pay the examination fee. So 5th is the last date of the April without fine. So with fine up to this month end is there. So please pay examination fee including practical fee. If it is there practical fee, you have to pay practical fee also. Earlier there is no practical fee. Now they have given a practical fee also. So in your drop down box, practical courses are there. You have to pay practical fee also. Please check whether practical fee is there or not. MCFTL 6 and 7. So MS Psychology practical fees for starting of the course it is there, but some courses they have introduced examination fee for the practical courses. Please check before paying examination fee along with the theory papers whether practical courses are there to pay fee or not. So basically if it is there you can pay including internship project also. Some courses they have introduced internship and project also they have to pay. So before paying the examination fee, please check all the courses available or not. Whatever you have registered with IGNOU second year. Based on that you can pay the examination fee. If otherwise if you fail to pay the examination fee, you are not allowed to write the theory exam or attend the internship and project viva. Internship there is no viva. Project viva we will not allow you. If fees is there, if fees is not there, we will allow you. So please check before paying the examination fee all the details. Then you can pay the examination. Once you paid, second time you are not allowed to pay the another course. So you will lose the 6 months time. So please keep it in mind and carefully fill the examination form and pay the examination fee. This is from our side. Now madam is ready. Madam, you can conclude within 2 hours also, madam. Already you are busy with your family.
No problem. I will do that. No problem.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, now I'll be submitting my practicums, all the practicums, but written.
You can send all your practicum to the study center.
Yes, but about the examination, I'll be filling the form in the month of December. I'll write the examination. So practicals I can submit now, and for the practical exams
you can check with the examination form whether practical fee is taking or not. If they are taking, you can pay the practical fee now, and theory you can write in the month of December.
Means I couldn't get it properly. So means practicals we have to write.
No. You are submitting your practical records, no? This
Yes.
time, December, you are going to submit.
No. Within this month only I'll submit.
So you can submit the practical records and assignments now.
Assignments are over, sir.
Already
Marks
over.
Also already over.
Okay, practical records are pending.
Oh, practical records I'll be submitting now this month.
The practical record and internship and project pending.
Internship, project, all the practicums.
All practicum. So just go to the IGNOU website, examination form, enter your enrollment number and all other things, and go to the drop down box, the course selection, whether your practical courses are appearing in the examination form or not. If it is appearing, you have to pay examination fee. If it is not appearing, leave it.
Okay, only the examination fee in that case I'll have.
Yeah, only examination fee for the practical courses. Practical and internship and project.
Okay, and just now you said no, some PDF you have sent, but I haven't received any PDF.
No need. That's why I'm telling. No need to take all PDF and just directly all the books sent to the study center. We'll take care of.
No. That online also I can send, as well as both the cases I will send. I'll send
No,
online.
no, no. If you submit online without internal evaluation, it will not be valid. So after internal evaluation only, you have to submit online. They have
Okay.
given you guidelines clearly.
Okay.
So without internal evaluation, you cannot submit through online.
Okay. So no, I'll be in hard copy. I'll be
Hard copy you
getting
send to
binded
the service center.
and I'll send. No, just now you said some PDF has been sent on the mail. Some informations regarding this.
Yes,
Some
sir. Yesterday also I have sent.
but I
Madam, I have
haven't.
sent to you
I,
also. Whatever email you have given in our website, I
yeah,
have sent to you yesterday link and PDF I have sent.
but I am not receiving that. That only I'm saying, sir.
You
In
are
my
not
mail just now
receiving,
I'm
your mail
checking.
ID is wrong. Your mail ID is wrong.
No, mail ID is same. With the same mail ID I have
Whatever
joined.
mail ID is there, I have sent that one. Yes, I have taken from website only. Your personal website only. I have taken email ID and sent to you yesterday by I think 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Personally, I have sent to you.
But I
Admission
have.
section is no admission section. I have sent from.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Let's see.
Or otherwise, you can write a mail to regional center Vijayawada. For that, I will give the reply. Your,
Actually, I don't know why that mail I'm not. Okay.
no, yeah, whatever data is there already. You told how you joined yesterday. Whether
Yes.
you received the mail or not link.
Yes. That
Ah,
mail I received. That mail I have received. But
same
yesterday I haven't received any.
no, the same link only we have sent yesterday mail. Anyhow, Gopal garu unte a PDF ఒకటి chat box లో link పెట్టండి.
That same PDF what you have sent along with that joining link, same that
Yes,
PDF.
yes, yes.
Okay. Facilitative guidelines. That one.
Yes, same only,
Oh,
same only.
that's too.
Okay.
And sir,
Okay.
probably if you can put it in the chat box, we can also avail that once.
No, already facilitative guidelines yesterday I have sent to first year and second year. Project guidelines in the heading name, PDF I have sent to all the candidates. Please check your mail yesterday.
Okay, sir.
Madam, you can start now, madam. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. I think because first years are also there, let me start the dissertation first and then
Yeah,
go
you
to
can
the
start.
practicals. That will be, I think, more useful because
Yes.
they will get confused most of the time. They will get confused regarding the this dissertation. And yes, both the first and second years are having this dissertation and project work. Same.
Now, in between, I will take one enrollment number. I'll check with examination form whether practical courses, project courses, they are taking money or not. I'll check and in between, at the end, I will tell you all the information.
Okay.
Okay. You carry
That
on.
will be. I will start the. Yes, I will start the dissertation first, so that both of them can having both project and dissertation. And after that, the first year students can leave, and the second years will have the practicum 6 and 7. I feel that. So internship, I think there is no need, as you have given the PDF form, the guidelines for writing the internship.
Yes,
Right,
ma'am.
sir? Right. So let us go to about the dissertation or mini research you are having in the first year, are the same thing like project in the second year. Both are same. I think after COVID, is there any need to collect the data, sir? Regarding data, any guidelines regarding the data collection?
No, still COVID guidelines we are following, madam. Still.
So no need to collect data.
No need to collect the data. Only secondary data.
Only secondary data. Okay.
Still we are continue for the COVID guidelines only for this session. Next session onwards, after COVID rules.
Okay.
This session, COVID rules only, madam.
Right. Okay. So this is so good morning to everybody, and let me start about the basic guidelines regarding how you have to proceed to your dissertation work. Dissertation, and second year you are calling it as project work. This is a simple mini research you are doing on your subjects. So this is only a mini research you are doing in this. Here what you have to do and what are the procedures you have to follow is, among this, because of these COVID guidelines, you need not collect data, but you have to do the remaining work as usual, and so that you should have a understanding of how to do some research work in your topic. So let me say the very first thing of this research is you have to select a problem. So for that, the very first thing is you have to think about in which area you are going to do research. So you are having lifespan development is there, social psychology is there. So different techniques and different areas are of your subject are there, and along with that you can go for the common sense problems too regarding your counseling and therapy. Common sense problems, we will come across some of the problems, we want to find out the solutions, even that you can have that. So the very first thing, you have to identify a problem. So if you here if you can do if you want to have a descriptive research, you can do descriptive research. Also in that you can say that I want to, like a case study, you have to take one of the systems, and you can entire description of the system, and finally you can write the analysis of that, whatever is that. So there is a descriptive research is there, experimental method you can use, survey method. There are different methods you can use, and you can do research also. So how do you get a problem is, first, when you are studying something in your subject, you feel that there are certain gaps in the knowledge. So if you find some to fill up the gaps, you can do research. And the second thing is, sometimes you find that there is a common sense question. So what everybody is thinking about, the adolescents, why the adolescents are behaving so aggressively, and what are, in spite of giving so many things which the earlier generation was not given to the adolescents, still they are not happy, and still they are aggressive, and they are rude, and they are being addicted to some of the getting some addictions. Why this? This is a most common sense question. Like that, you can choose one of the questions related to any age group. This is the best way, I think, because you have studied first years and second years have studied that lifespan development. You can take an adolescent age group, or elderly people, or children. It is very difficult for collecting data, so hence you can take these two. You should have an experience, research experience. That is the main thing here. Suppose you have taken a problem like adolescent problems. You want to analyze the reasons for the adolescent problems. Adolescent behavior, let me say adolescent behavior. So for example, I am telling you, suppose if you have decided that I want to work on the behavioral problems of adolescents. So the very first thing what you have to do is, like that, you have to search and you can find out one of the problems. After getting the problem, you have to go to the review of literature. This is the second step. So with your common sense or with your knowledge gap, you have identified a problem. After that, if you go to the research review, means earlier from last 5 years or 10 years, so many studies might have been conducted in this area. Already, whatever problem you take, there are a number of studies conducted earlier. You can find out those studies in your review of research. This is the second step. So that you will have an in-depth knowledge about the problem you have selected. To have an in-depth knowledge and the procedures of that problem, you have to go back and study some of the research studies already conducted in this area. This is called review of research. If you do the review of research is the second step. First step, you have identified a problem, and second level, you have to search for the research already conducted in that area. You can take exactly your problem may be given, same problem you may not be found, with different variables, with different things. You may find some of the studies related to adolescent problems. Then you just note down all the problems, you study them, you can find on what population they have conducted the study, what are the other variables they have taken to compare this, and what are the results they obtained. So if you have the review of research, you will find out you will have in-depth knowledge and insight about the problem you have chosen. Based on that, you can frame the problem statement. Review of literature is very, very important. While doing the review, you just note down the year of the study, the author who conducted the study, the year of the study, and on which population, and what tools he used, and what results he obtained. These are the important things you have to find out. You have to write down the author who conducted the study, and within the brackets you have to mention the year of study. That is most important, year of study. And after that, what you have to do is, after getting the year of study, you have to find out on what variables they conducted a study, and what are the not on what variables, on what population they have conducted a study, and what are the results they obtained for their study. These are each study you will get 6 or 7 lines for each study. Like that, you have to take some of the studies related to your problem. So these are by that you will have a greater understanding about the research study, about the study which you are going to conduct. So this is a review of literature. This is the second thing. After getting this, you will be able to state the problem. You have to give a statement of the problem. The problem statement to be in a question form, or with all the details you have to give. Yes, you can say that the problems, adolescent problems the problems of the adolescents in rural areas, in a comparative study of the problems of adolescents in rural and urban areas. Or these are like that, you can have to frame in framing a problem, you should have 2 variables. One independent variable should be there, and or you can find out the association between adolescent problems and their intelligence or emotional intelligence. In association between adolescent problems and emotional intelligence. This is the thing. So you want to find out the relationship between problems, having a problems, and their emotional intelligence. So you can conclude that like that the independent and dependent variables should be there in the problem statement. So after taking the problem, you have to write down the objectives. The objectives are the key to your research. The next step is you have to write down the objectives. So what are the things which you are going to find out, and what sample you have to take? What are the design you want? Everything should be pre-planned. This is called as a research design. The research design is the blueprint of your research, what you are going to do. Suppose, because in the COVID session, the one thing is being eliminated, that is collecting the data from the people. You need not collect data from, I will tell you the general procedure, and what you have to eliminate, I will tell you again. Okay. So you have to write the objectives. Objectives are the questions, are the topics. What you exactly want to find out. So objectives are the key to your research. So the first objective for the problem which we are telling, what are the levels of what are the different adolescent problems? What are the problems the adolescents are facing? So here, to assess the level of problems the adolescents are facing, This is the first objective. So you are assessing the level of adolescent problems. This is the first statement. Next statement, you can say that to examine the emotional intelligence of the adolescents. The first objective is assessing the level of adolescent problems. Second objective is measuring the emotional intelligence of, to measure the emotional intelligence of adolescents. And third is to find the relationship between level of problems and the emotional intelligence. You have to, this is the third objective. Fourth objective, we can say that you can compare the results of the adolescent levels of problems of adolescents living in your rural area and urban areas. You can also find out the difference between gender, male and female. All these are called as demographic variables. The gender, class, caste, income, educational level, all these are the different, these are called as the different levels, different demographic variables. So you have to find out, so your objectives should be very clear. That is, you always, the objective should be to measure or to assess or to examine or to compare or to find out. So these are the words which you have to use differently for all your objectives. And at the end, you are getting the answers for your objectives. That is your research. So the objective, writing objectives is a key to your research. Okay. So I am repeating you, the first level you are identifying the problem through your knowledge gaps and through your common sense or by observing the society. And after identifying the area, you are going to do the review of research, where you will have review of research means studying, going through the researches already conducted in this area since last 5 years or 10 years, whatever is comfortable, you can go through that, so that you will have a greater insight into the problem which you are going to conduct your research. So you have to note down the reviews of research also in your thing. After that, you will write a statement of the problem. I have given an example of the statement is an association. What is statement should be, problem should be in a question form or in a statement form. I am telling you an association between adolescent problems and their emotional intelligence. This is the thing which I want to find out in particular area or in particular district or in particular state or whatever is that. I will say this is the statement I have given. And after that, I did a review of research and I made the statement of the problem. And after getting the statement, I am going in depth into what are the objectives I am having. The objectives are the key solutions which we are going to get. So objective should be written like this: to assess the level of adolescent problems or different types of adolescent problems. Or the next statement is to measure the, you don't use the same verb, it will be boring for when you go on reading the statement, becomes boring. That's why sometimes you can say assessment, sometimes I'm going to measure the emotional intelligence, levels of emotional intelligence of adolescents. And third is I am finding the association between these two. Association is nothing but relationship between these two. And then we will come out with so many demographic variables. But we are comparing the gender, comparing the gender, male and female, and we are also comparing the rural people and urban people. You can also compare the low economic group and high economic group, or educated and uneducated. You can do a number of demographic variables which are which you can find out with your things. So after getting this objectives, you will write the hypothesis in research. Next thing is you have to frame the hypothesis. Hypothesis is nothing but a tentative solution to your problem. Tentative means you have given so many statements in the objectives. For all these statements, this is what you are expecting. It is the solution to your. So I will tell you the first statement is what is that? I want to measure the level of adolescent problems is the first objective. So your hypothesis is the level of adolescent problems is high. This is the hypothesis. So I am starting with a hypothesis. Always the research should start with a hypothesis. Hypothesis is a tentative solution. Tentative means it is not proved. It is a tentative solution to the problem which you have chosen. The problem ki it is the solution. It is not examined, but we are starting all the research. We start with a solution. We try to prove it, whether it is there or not. If you get the results as per our hypothesis, we accept the hypothesis and say this is the problem. If we are able to, if you don't get the results as per your hypothesis, then you say that your hypothesis, we reject the hypothesis. You can accept the hypothesis or you can reject the hypothesis. Both are correct. Rejecting the hypothesis doesn't mean that your research is wrong. Your hypothesis is rejected, hence the other way is true. So like that you have to make the hypothesis. So sometimes there is an option. In some researchers, they will make hypothesis. They start with the hypothesis and they will go forward. In some research studies, they don't even frame the hypothesis. They start with objectives itself. So hypothesis framing of hypothesis is not mandatory for some of the researchers. Okay. Then coming to the next step, what you have to do is you have to define your variables. You have to define your variables. What are the variables? You have to clearly define them. Who is an adolescent? What are the problems you are doing? You have to define them. What are the problems, challenges, what you are telling, and what is there, and then what is emotional intelligence. All these are the variables which you used. You have to define and clearly define and describe your variables, so that for research this is most important. I have to understand the concept or variable, what exactly it means for me. What exactly, for me, adolescent means I have taken the sample of 13 to 16. So this is my adolescent group, what I am studying. So you have to define the variables which you have taken. And then you have to, this is the major thing. After that, you have to come to the methodology. This is up to this, you are giving an introduction to the regarding your research, then you are stating your problem, then you are writing your objectives, and then hypothesis, then you are defining your variables. 5 steps over. After this, you have to write down the you will all, of course, in the reporting you will write the review of researchers. Reporting I am not telling. These are the 5 activities you have to do. After that, you have to go for methodology. What method you are going to adapt? For this, you have to write down the research design. Methodology, the first step in the methodology is research design. Research design is the blueprint of your entire research. What is the procedure you are going to follow? What are the statistical methods which you are going to how you are going to collect the data? All these are being given as a research design. So without design, as how we cannot build a house without the blueprint plan. Research design is nothing but planning. So you should have a clear-cut planning of your entire research. So if your design, there are so many, is it an experimental design? Is it a survey design? What design you are? Is a factorial design? There are number of designs. what design you are going to follow in this research. This you have to mention in the research design. Sometime after that, you have to mention on whom you are going to conduct the experiment. That is called as population. Because the same problem which I described, I am going to conduct research on adolescent population. Adolescents is my population. You might be knowing the difference between population and sample. Population is the entire group of people related to adolescent group is called as population. The entire adolescent group is called as, because I am conducting a research in AP state, the entire adolescent group of the AP state are called as a population. But I cannot study the entire adolescent group of AP state within the stipulated time. Hence, I will take a small sample of that, depending upon the time, depending upon the finances. I want to conduct the study on the sample and apply these results to the, and generalize these results to population. I take this and generalize the results to population. So I have to know what population I am doing. Number one, you have to mention the population. Then the sample you have to, always there are some important things in, unless the sample is correct, sample is representative sample. This is the technical term, you have to keep it in your mind. The sample should be a representative sample. That means the sample should represent the population. So what are the qualities the population is having should be reflected in the sample you have taken. How much sample I have to take? I will tell you. If you take as big sample as possible, bigger the sample, the results are most appropriate. Bigger the sample, you will get the appropriate results, most accurate results. But we cannot take the, so hence we will take the sample as big as possible, depending upon our time limit and financial resources. So sample should be representative. Suppose I will tell you how it should be represented. Means we are taking the entire state. There are different methods. I think you have studied on the sampling techniques like that. So the entire state, there are 26 states in 26 districts in AP. We have to cover all 26 states. And based on my time limit, I cannot take more than 200 students and study. So there are more than 2 lakhs to 2 lakh or 3 lakh students, 3 lakh adolescents in each state. So I will take 26 states, or let me say 25 states. I will take 8 students from each district, so that I am covering all the people of the state. How do I take 8 from each district? Each district at random I can take 8 students. There are girls and boys too. So among the 8, I will take 4 girls and 4 boys from each district, so that I can cover all area. This is called as area sampling. How do you take these 8? Is by using lottery method. By using lottery method. Like that. There are number of sampling techniques. I am not going to describe you about the sampling techniques. You have to take a sample. You have to take a sample of that. That should represent, that means that should consist of all the characteristics of the population. That is called as representative sample. If the sample is exactly representative, the results, you will get the correct results. I'll tell you a small example so you can understand the importance of sample. So in I think election time, people used to give so many opinion polls they will conduct, and they will say this party is going to win, this party is going to win, he is going to get this majority. Like that, before the election itself, they will conduct survey research. That is survey research, and they will find out. If they take the sample, some of the results will be correct, and some of the results we may find some fault we may not get the result. They said they will get bumper, what is that, majority, and they don't get even the deposit. That too is happening in our results. Why this is happening is they are conducting the research because if the sample is not representative of the population, sample is wrong, because I am able to connect with 200 people which are available to me, I collect data and I am telling. Then this is not representative sample, hence the results are going wrong. So always the sample should be representative. This is very important thing. I'm giving just briefly, there is a lot of things to do on sampling. Okay. After, so you had a research design, you had mentioned the population, described the population, and you have taken a sample. Now, after taking the sample, you have to describe the tools or materials what you are going to apply. Here, we have taken two things, adolescent problems and emotional intelligence. You are taking adolescent problems, one inventory or questionnaire or whatever is there, and for emotional intelligence, another questionnaire, standardized questionnaires I took. Those two questionnaires along with manuals I took. So these are the materials I am going to use. These are called as tools, instruments. These are the two instruments. Sometimes we use certain of the, depending upon our type of research we are doing, we have to use different types of material for collecting data. These are the tools for collecting data from the sample. Okay, here I am using the questionnaires. Okay, so this is another step. So by using, next step is, by using these tools, I have to collect data. I will, how do I collect data? Shall I go to a person and collect data, or shall I mail it, or whatever is that? I am telling most of the time we go for survey research, not experimental research. I am telling for survey research, we can use the questionnaires and we will get the data from the sample. And then after that, you will analyze the data, because this is a quantitative data. Questionnaires, because we are using questionnaires, we are getting quantitative data. Sometimes we may get qualitative data too. Depending upon the data we have collected, we have to use, if it is a quantitative data, there are statistical methods. We use certain of the mean, median, mode, central tendencies, correlation, or whatever the standard deviation, correlations, whatever is that. Because we have taken a problem of association between level of problems and emotional intelligence. So we are going to find out the relation between these two. Hence, we have to use the correlation coefficient for data analysis. So based on the problem, you have to use some statistic or qualitative analysis method to analyze the data. After analysis, you will get some results. You have to discuss the results. So what are the results you obtained? Are these results are as per the already existing research, or they are contradicting the existing research, and why it happened like that? All this will come under discussion of the results. Then after that, you have to write down your findings. You have to write down your findings. These are the findings. These findings are the results to our answers to our objectives. The findings are the answers to the objectives already we are having. So usually how many objects you will draw, you will write down, will get those are the findings you will found, and you make the conclusions that. So this is the entire research. What you have to do, I will make the steps again. With a common sense and knowledge, making a problem, stating a problem, doing review of research, having more insight into the problem, and then writing the objectives of the problem, then writing hypothesis if needed, then operational definition of all the variables you have included in your study. Then you have to go for the methodology. In methodology, you have to design the methodology first. You have to write down what I am going to do. This is methodology. You have to make a plan of that. That is called as research design. After that, you have to define the population, then the sample, and after taking the sample, you have to what tools you are going to apply and for collecting data. I'm telling I am here. I'm taking an example of survey research because these are the two instruments we are using. Or if it is experimental intervention, whatever is that, what you are, how do you want to collect the data? This is called as tools or instruments. After getting that, you will collect the data by using certain of the procedures, and then you will analyze the data. You will get the results and discussion you have to write, and finally your findings. So these are the entire research procedure for any type. Depending upon the research, you have to do all these things. Here, after doing this research, this will be reported in the format given in your manuals. So what the title, introduction, problems, under problem, what you have to write, review of literature, how you have to write, all this will be, the format is being given here. This is the standard format everywhere. And after writing this, you have to write the references to bibliography or references at the end of the thing. So, and also your limitations of the study. Okay, this is the entire research you have to do. But at present, because of the COVID condition, COVID rules, as per COVID rules, what you have to do is, here, you need not search for a problem. You need not collect data. You need not collect data. You need not search for problem. What you have to do is, you are taking, there are two types of data are there. When you collect data personally, it is called as a primary data. From the person himself, I am collecting the data. That is called as primary data. If I am taking the information from the other sources, it is called as secondary data. If I am taking information, I am not consulting the persons directly, but I am getting the data from other sources. That is called as secondary data. So hence, during COVID times, what they said is, don't do all these things because of COVID conditions. You cannot go and collect the data. Hence, take a study. Take a study. Already existing research. There are n number of researchers existing in this particular counseling and family therapy cases. Family therapy, number of researches are being done already. You take one of the research, already they are having all the details. Title is there, introduction is there, problem statement are there, objectives, and all this are being written neatly. Take one of the study. So you understood all the things now. You are taking the research report of one of the research you already conducted, and it was there in the websites. They are all being published. Take one of that research study. The format of the entire research is there. You take that, and what you have to do is, you have to change, you can change the problem statement a little bit, or you can change the review of literature. Problem statement also you need not change, because you have collected data is there and the data is analyzed. So the author might have analyzed the data in a particular form. The tables he has given, but take that data and you analyze the data in your own way. This is your contribution. You are analyzing the already existing data. Already existing data is there. You took that data, you have taken the data and you analyzed the data in your way, and you find you just find out some of your findings and conclusions. Okay, are you clear? You have to take already existing reported research, and you can take the data from that. That is a secondary data, we call it. Yes, the procedure is there. In this procedure, you can change, you can go to the problem statement, hypothesis. If you want to change, you can take the, you can change that also, and you can just take the data. Remaining things, if you want to change, you can change and report that research in your own procedure. Own procedure with the same format. Again, the same format. You can have the different tables. Your analysis may be different. The same data may be analyzed in different ways, and you can publish. You can say the tables and present it in the research format, and you can submit it. This is regarding your secondary data project analysis. Now it is for discussion. Any one of you want to do you want any questions regarding this project? Yes, any doubts regarding the project? Are you
Madam,
clear?
because
Yes.
Madam, we are already taking a secondary data, and the thing is, for example, let us say there is a correlation study which I am taking on nomophobia and stress levels.
Okay.
So the data which is already there in the research, for example, there's a correlation study. So I take the table as it is, but I'll write my own interpretation based on the.
If you want, you can make some more tables from the data already there. You can do that also, and you can interpret in different.
Okay.
If you are able to make some more tables from the data which were not there, and you can write your interpretation. That is only your contribution. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Are you clear about all the things?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So any other question?
Ma'am, where are the sites which we can find the researchers already done?
You can find, go to Google. You are having number of research studies. And this,
there is a Google Scholar which you can search, and also PubMed is there.
Yes.
Madam, is that we have to write this one handwriting or typed one?
No, it is typed. It is always typed. Project is typed. Yeah.
Okay.
Project is typed one. Only the, what I can say, that this laboratory work, practicum is handwritten. Practicum, the pro forma will be printed, because the questionnaires, case studies, mental status examination, that will be printed, and you have to fill it with your own handwriting. Okay. Right.
And
so
madam,
sometimes they are also, tell me.
Introduction, how much for the dissertation work? Introduction, how much it should be there?
It's altogether, introduction you can change. Even though the data is there, you can change the introduction, right? You can write your own introduction. Wherever it is possible, you can change it. Altogether, it should be 50 to 60 pages. Because with mini research, you are, yeah. Okay? Sure. 60 pages. Okay?
Ma'am, is it for first year or second year you are telling?
First year. Second year, it should be more.
Yeah, because mine is going like 150 pages like this.
Yeah, you can write around 200.
No problem.
Your is there they are having the mini research.
Yeah, that's
they call it as mini research.
Yeah,
but yours, you have to put some more things. You are also doing the secondary data. You are also taking the secondary data.
Yeah, ma'am, but what is happening is secondary data I'm taking, but I am not. First year also I did with my own primary data during COVID. So
you have taken primary data during COVID?
For the mini research. For the mini research, last time I did I did it on my own data.
Yes. I know that.
Samples and all.
Yes. So, now there is no need.
This time no need. This time it's not required, but for myself, I was little uncomfortable doing completely on secondary data. So
Why?
what I did means actually mine is strategies for the LD students, learning disabled students. So I
Okay.
have also worked with those students, no. So
So
I added my
interventions,
data. Yeah,
interventions used.
yeah, interventions. So
Okay.
I added my data on their behalf, means their data as well
Okay.
as
Okay.
mine data I have added, no problem
Oh,
now.
so this is the provision they have given.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think
think
using secondary data would simplify the process, as
yes, yes,
madam
definitely.
is saying that that would help us
Uh,
to
that's why
save
because
time.
of the COVID conditions, and they said to make it more comfortable and more easy, they made it like that. Okay.
But
Yes.
research is the only way of learning. Here, all the
Yes.
strategies we are learning. So completely, I
Okay.
did
Okay.
it on only few portion I
Okay.
have taken, but all I did on my own.
Okay. No problem. No problem.
So
Do
might
that.
be mistakes, might also be there. But okay, I enjoyed. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Shall we stop here?
Anyone
And
else from second year? Anyone else is there from second year here in this group? I,
nobody is there. You are
Mine
the
from
only.
second year.
Lokya is there.
Laukya
Yeah.
is first year, I think. Are you first
No,
year or
ma'am,
second year?
second year. Second
Second
year.
year. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Is Kirti
Right.
also, Kirti is first year or second year? Kirti? Okay. Kirti is
Okay.
there. Madam, like in case, for example, we submit our assignments for the this time and may not be writing our exams, so again we have to write the assignments, or is that
I think need not.
need not submit again?
Yes.
Okay.
So assignments have to be
Coming.
submitted only once only.
Yes. Yes. Only once. Okay.
Because this time, because of my child's NEET exam, I will also be not able to write the exams in the month of May and
Yeah.
June. I will write in December. So those marks are over. I think they get updated slowly.
Madam,
So
when
let
you are available again, madam?
myself. Myself.
Yes, madam.
I
You
I will be available on phone at any time. Even if
okay?
I am there in US, I'm available.
Okay.
Okay.
Just can I have your number, madam?
Yes. Yes. You can have that. Uh, right. My number, my WhatsApp number, you can take so that you can call
Yeah.
me at any
Sure.
time. Okay.
Sure.
This is 9177
Okay.
18200.
18200. Okay.
Yes. Yes. This you can have this WhatsApp number.
Sure.
Whenever if you are having any doubt, you can call me. I'm available on
Thank you,
that.
madam. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. All right. Depending upon the time. Time is the factor. You can call it in the evenings after in June, May and June. Evenings after 5:30 or so.
Okay.
So that time, okay.
Bye.
So in the there we will have morning and I'm available there. Okay. Then.
So
So
these few months we can contact you only, no, ma'am. No need to contact that new teacher, no, new faculty.
you are having you are allotted some other guide, right?
But from the
Thank you.
beginning, you are there, ma'am. Now
Of
this
course.
month I'll be submitting to you only.
Yes, yes. But Sangeeta is there in Vizag itself because you are also staying in Vizag.
But now I don't need anything, ma'am. Mine work is over. Only two small practicals I have to write, and it I will submit this month.
So that will be convenient for you to get it signed from her because she is there itself. You can get
Okay.
it signed and you can submit that. Okay.
So signed means I have to get it printed and then get it signed by her,
Yeah, the
or before
format should be
printing.
signed. Yeah, before submitting, it should be signed by your guide.
So the whole printed booklet or only the form?
She will just look into your research and then only she will sign.
Okay, okay. So from
Okay.
where to get the phone numbers and all? How can I
All
contact
this,
the who is she?
I think Prasad Babu Garu has given to you.
I think yesterday
Yes.
sir was
This,
mentioning, no,
The
Dr.
same,
Sangeeta
same.
Bhamidipati's the contact
yeah,
details,
he
right?
was
Now I
mentioning,
got a
he was,
now I received a call from her only. Sangeeta.
okay.
Okay, right.
Phone number, can we
Yeah.
get phone number?
Yes,
Sangeeta?
sir will give you everything. Sir
Okay,
give the address and phone number and mail ID and
okay.
everything. She is going
Sushma
to
ji,
give.
you are in
Okay.
Vizag?
Yeah, I'm in Vizag.
Okay.
Are
You
you
work
also
in a
from
auditorium?
Vizag?
Yeah, I am also from Vizag.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
you are also from Vizag. Okay.
So let us go to the. I think this is over, and the second years you can do this. So first years it is over. I think, right? For the second year, only two of you are there. I will just go through that because you have already completed the practicum work. There are two practicals you are having. One is MCFTL 006, which is related to applied social psychology, where the practicals are very, very easy. This is a practicum work where you have to understand the society, because culture and the society plays a major role in the development of an individual and the developing of problems and other things too. And in family, formation of family and culture plays a very, very important role. The society plays an important role in this context. In this context, so the culture makes us to grow with a certain belief system. The culture makes us to grow with some belief system. The religion group where we are living, all this makes us to develop particular system, belief system. As you all of you know that beliefs makes our biology and the beliefs makes our behavior. Beliefs are such an important thing which we develop through our society. So this applied social. So while you are counseling or giving family therapy, you should have a clear understanding of the culture and the society and how the client is looking at the society. How the client is looking at the society. So for that, the important aspects of society are being discussed in this practicum, where these are there are I think six practicals are there. The what is the first thing is this is from India. This is understanding karma. This is the first practical. So how the people understand this concept of karma. So that concept of karma determines our behavior. Some people used to say whatever is there in our fate, we are going to get that. Why should we crave for the other things? And they stop working. Sometimes they will get by chance or they don't use their potentialities too. They believe the karma theory very well. This is a theory which helps Indian people not to get frustrated. It itself works as a coping mechanism for many of our frustration. This is the positive side of that. Coming to the negative side of that is we are not using our potential, is believing that karma is there. That's why that has an impact on our individual development. The why we are talking about karma in this practical. That's the reason. You have to understand the concept of karma. Why they have taken this concept of karma is it determines and it what is that? It leads our life. It leads our life and belief system which we are having has a lot of impact. So hence the concept here what you have to do is you have to take people from two or three different religions. Every religion has a description of this karma principles in a different ways. So you take two clients from two different religions And Haven, here the main thing what you have to do in this practical is you have to develop your own interview schedule. You have to develop your own interview schedule for doing this activity. Suppose if you want to understand karma, what you have to do? Here the things are given here. Identify two persons whom you would like to interview. Ask them about their religious belief systems, religions, and seek their consent for interview and then do that. So understand the concept of karma in the particular religion. This is only the preparation for the counseling and family therapy. The counselor has to get himself prepared for that. If you understand the people, if you understand the society, then you will be ready to understand the problems of the client too. So that's why the practicum is mainly applied social psychology. So to understand the society. So here the instructions are given. This is then understanding the parent-child relationship. The parent-child relationship differs from one society to other society. So there are, and from one age group to other age group also, from 5 to 12 years and from 13 to 19 years. So this is the culturally determined and socially determined. Hence, you have to understand the parent and child relationship in the particular society where you are having with the different age groups. You have understand the belief system, then you are understanding the parent-child relationship, and now the other important area is as the people spend most of the time, one is in the family, second thing is in a workplace. So you have to understand the workplace impact on your life and workplace impact on your family, your workplace impact on your family too. So these are the two things you have to understand. So you have to interview two persons to have an understanding how the workplace impact is there on the person who is working. And the second thing is other member of the family who is living with me. These are the two important things you have to understand about the workplace impact on sometimes some of the families. Okay, I will say you simple example. The workplace impact, suppose most of the parents are now working in IT industries. What is this impact on children? What is this impact on responsibilities? What is this impact on the family? Other members of the family too. That is on children. Or if they are, if it is a joint family, on the elderly people. So the impact of your work will have, your workplace will have an impact on the family and also other members of the family too. So you have to understand the workplace impact on lives of, on your life as well as the people in the family. How they are doing.
Here, two cases means I have taken one family who is doing the work from office and the other family who is doing work from home. So what are the plus benefits as well as the drawbacks of the family who is doing the work from home and from the office? So two situations, and both the situations, what are the drawbacks and the benefits?
Yeah, you have to write the what is the impact of this on the other member. You have to interview the other member of the family
Other
too.
member also I did the interview. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So in all this, you have to prepare prior to getting it interacted. You have to prepare a interview schedule. It is not spontaneously asking, not conducting the interview. You prepare the interview schedule so that you don't miss the points.
Yeah. So previously, before doing any practical, I prepare my own questionnaire.
Yes, yes, that's good. That's good.
I prepare for every interview. I prepare a questionnaire, and even the client whose consent I used to take, I used to inform them what type of things
you are going to do. You are
going to ask. Means not completely 100, just the basic guidelines, outlines.
Okay. So if they are ready, then only you are doing that.
Yes,
right.
And how much time I will be taking for this interview. So that the person should be ready for 40 minutes.
Yes, yes, that's good. That's good. That is the thing. This most important is that thing. I really
Yes,
appreciate Sushma. You are doing keen interest and doing involving yourself and doing well. Very
because
good.
this is the only
So
way of learning, ma'am. If I'm taking
learning,
it as
yes,
a professional aspect,
yes,
I have to be a professional.
yes. Good,
So,
good. You
yeah.
have
So
to learn it
anyhow,
properly. Yes,
okay.
good,
Thank
good,
you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
good, 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 good. Appreciate you always because of the interest and your involvement in each of the practicals what you are doing. Right? Here, I will tell you the basic things about making a questionnaire. In making the questionnaire, preparing the interview schedule, it should not be too long. Important thing, it should not be too short. It should be completed by 15 minutes or 60 minutes. And the other thing will you can ask some other things. So because some rapport building, some time it takes, and 20 minutes, this is too long, then the people may not be able to concentrate on that, may not be willing to do that. So, hence, while preparing the questionnaire, the best way of preparing the questionnaire is in their own mother tongue. That will be more easy for them to answer. Number one. Number two is the question should not be too long. Should be short questions, which should be direct questions. We should not be misleading questions. We have to direct questions we have to ask and get the information. So the main purpose objective is here the client should feel ease to answer your question. The client need not think too much to understand your question. It should be easy. It should
Ma'am,
be easy.
actually, here
Yes.
when I prepare the questionnaire,
Yes.
I especially focus on the aspects where I, through those questions, how I can help the society. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so means suppose it is yoga. One question
Hmm.
was of yoga. So
Hmm.
I collected the people like who have survived from ICU, being in the ICU for 40 days. After that,
Yes.
he
Yeah.
survived very well. He was
Very well. Yes.
expected to get paralyzed. So
Yes.
with the yoga, he cured himself.
Yeah.
So many other people means, and the questionnaire what I'll prepare is like what are the really things which you did and you feel that it was gave a lot of benefits to you, because of that only you got the benefit. So
Right.
the questionnaire I prepare is especially focused on how I can help the society, how my questions and the answers which I draw from them can help
Hmm.
the society, and my counseling also
Very good.
can improve.
Good. Good. That should be the way you have to prepare the question.
Otherwise,
And
we
also
can
what?
forget the questions what we need to ask and
Yes.
all.
Yes. That's why the interview schedule question should be prepared before conducting the interview itself, not
Yes,
spontaneously. You have to go prepare for with questions, interview questions to the client. That's
yes.
what I
Based
want
on the
to tell
client,
you.
that what are the strong areas of the client, what I can absorb from the client.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
good.
you, ma'am. Thank
So this is all this sixth paper is for understanding the social society. If you unless you understand the society, you cannot counsel or you can't do family therapy. So what are the existing family relationship? What is their belief system? What is the work culture and its impact on the family? All this you should have a overall view, not a specific view, but overall view will be there. Hence, while counseling, you can include this also as part of your counseling. That's why you should learn about the applied social psychology and all the practicum six are based on the people's belief systems and people what exactly is being observed in the society. Okay, is practiced in the society. So that is about sixth practical. You have to do three also here, not many. So coming to the next practicum is on seventh. This is a little bit. You have to read more for this. The seventh practicum number 7 is on counseling and family therapy applications and interventions. So the most difficult part of is creating an intervention. This creates a lot of effort from the part of the from the part of the student. Here the main thing here is I think you studied all the theories of approaches of psychology, approaches of counseling, from different perspectives. Approaches of counseling started with majorly the counseling is being done based on 5 approaches. You might be knowing about that. The first thing is psychoanalytical approach. I can't go all through all the things. I will keep it in a nutshell, and there are questions and structured questions. If you are going to go for psychoanalytical approach of counseling or family therapy, what are the basic things you have to keep it in your mind, and depending upon the appropriateness, you will go for the approach, right? I will tell you in a nutshell what exactly the approach is, what you have to do. The structured questions for what questions you have to ask for each approach are being given in detail in your practicum books. Hence, I am not going to read out all the questions which are given. Structured questions are also being given, but I will make it a short note about each of the approaches. The first approach is, you might have studied a lot of things about each approach. Psychoanalytical approach, I will make to coming to the counseling aspect, what you have to remember and what you have to do. This is the first thing. The first thing what I am telling is about psychoanalytical approach by Freud. Even though it is being not accepted at present times, we will do practice this psychoanalytical approach, because you will get lot of things. The basic assumptions of this is your experiences and based on your past experiences, your present problems are evolved because of your past experiences. This is one thing. Past is important, especially childhood is important. And the other important assumption in psychoanalytical approach is every experience of the individual, whether you remember it or not, it will be registered in your mind. Every experience, whatever experience you are having in your life from birth to death, they will be registered in your mind. You will forget the experiences which are normal and common, and the other experiences will be there in our mind. The other thing is, psychoanalytical approach, they focused on unconscious. So one is on past event, other is on experiences, and third is they focused on unconscious things. Unconscious. What is unconscious? According to the psychoanalytical theory, in the construct, I say this is where you don't find any objectivity is there. That's the why this was not accepted. But still, in the construct of unconsciousness, there are, what do you find? The content of the unconscious is your most painful experiences will be there. Your thoughts regarding sex, which are not being accepted in the society, and the thoughts related to your aggression, sex, and the most painful experiences of the individual will be there in your unconscious, and whatever the individual is having in their unconscious, they do not know, nobody knows it. The main counseling is to bring the unconscious to the surface level and find out the reasons for this present problem. This is psychoanalytical approach, to bring out what is there in in the unconscious and creating problems at the present time. Hence, you have to bring about the unconscious. This is the first aspect of psychoanalysis. For that, they use different techniques. You might be knowing, you studied about sentence completion test, TAT test, free association test, and other many tests they used to many tests they used for bringing out their unconscious. So this is the psychoanalytical approach. So on the whole, what the psychoanalytical approach we do is, we want to bring about that unconscious and find out the reasons and do some counseling. to find out the reason. Unless you know the reason, you can't counsel the person. So for that a structured list of questions are being given in your text to know about the unconscious. So generally we use certain of the techniques we use, TAT and Rorschach ink block test, sentence completion test, free association test. But here in counseling, they have given a structured list of questions to find out what is there in their conscious and then address the counseling session. Okay, this is about the psychoanalytical approach. The structured questions you just read out from your practicum book. Very clearly they have given. The second thing what we do is, this is one type of counseling. So because if the individual is suffering or suffering with conflicts or anxiety and without any reason to find, then we can go for psychoanalytical approach. Then coming to the CBT, cognitive approach. Cognitive behavioristic therapies are where cognitive approach. Second approach is cognitive approach. I will make you in 4 sentences. If you think the client is suffering with cognitive problems means cognition. You might be knowing about what is cognition. Cognition is a higher mental process which consists of your perceptions, your intelligence, your thinking, and your learning and memory. These are the 4 aspects. We will know the world through these 4 aspects only. Through our perception, we understand the world. Perception. So whatever you perceive, you are not bothered about the things or situations which are there in the environment will never decide our behavior, but our perceptions of the particular situation determines our behavior. So our perceptions are important. Then our thinking process determines our behavior. And thirdly, intelligence. Intelligence means this is the hardware of the intelligence is brain. If there is some disturbance in the brain, it has an impact on our behavior. And then learning. Our behavior is totally dependent about our level of our learning and memory. So these are the higher mental abilities which determines our behavior. The cognitive approach says that if there is any defect in any one of these, if you are having a wrong perception, if you are having a thinking irrational belief system, if you are having a negative thinking, if you have not learned the things which are required for life, all this create problems to you and you are not able to adapt. Hence the counseling is to correct. You have to identify where the problem is, whether the problem is in his thinking process or in his perception or in his learning or any damage to their brain. So depending upon that, you will go for counseling. This is the second approach, cognitive approach. So the distortions in any one of these cognitive concepts, perception, learning, thinking, intelligence, all these 4, is there any defect, then it leads to problem. So you have to, if you want to do is cognitive way of doing that, you have to identify the reason from these cognitive perspectives, and then there are structured questions are given in your manual for identifying these 4. Okay, this is about cognitive therapy. When coming to behavioral therapy, there is behavioral therapy always says the behavior is SR relation, stimulus and response. Unless there is no stimulus, and learning is being given a high priority in behavioristic approach. Everything, our behavior except instincts, everything is learned. Everything is learned only. But if We have not learned the things which are required for our adaptation and life, which leads to problem. So the problem is, I have not learned the things which are required for life, which is creating problems. I don't know how to communicate, creating problem. I don't know the proper communication. I don't know how to make decisions. I don't know critically analyzing the things. Hence, I am being indulging in problems, challenges. Hence, the behavioristic psychologist says that learning is the basic thing. If there is, if they don't learn the things which are required for life, it creates problems. Number one. Second thing is they have learned the things, no doubt. I learned communication. I know number of words. I know the grammar very well, but I learned the grammar and words properly by I don't know how to communicate properly. Interpersonal communication, I don't know. What to talk, how to talk, where to talk, I don't know. The process of communicating, I don't know. This is creating problems. So I have learned communication, but not in a proper way. I have learned a wrong communication process, which is creating problems. So how to get, I have to correct my communication process. So sometimes that's why all social skill learning systems are being given in counseling by behavioristic psychologists. Assertiveness training, interpersonal relationships training, communication training, all the trainings are given. And other things what they do is they wanted for many of the things because they have learned some of the things, it creates lot of challenge. Hence, we have to do certain of the relaxation techniques to relax the person and make them to learn. Relax and learn. This is the counseling process of behavioristic psychology. Majority of the time. Majority. I am giving in general, not particular counseling case. This is the overall picture of behavioristic psychology. So some of the behavioral things I will tell you. Do this, do this, do this. Practice this behavior. Practice this. You can get this. Most of the children will do this behavioristic learning process. Wrong learnings and the not learning skills, not having, lacking the learning skills. So skill training is part of behavioristic therapy for the client. So there are also structured questions here in your manual. Okay, you can do that. Then there is humanistic approach is there. In the humanistic approach, where you have to use it, the main concept of humanistic approach is people are reasonable, rational, they can solve their problems. But because of some of the environmental conditions, because of the blocks in the environment, in their psyche, they are not able to solve that. Generally, people are able to solve their problems well because of the environmental interferences or because of the blocks, they are not able to solve their problem. Hence, you have to show proper regard and respect to the client. This is the basic thing. You should be respectable and regard the client. Then you should be genuine with the client. You should be empathetic towards the client. Empathy is very, very, very much stressed here. Empathy, unconditional positive regard. Why we are having positive regard? Because they can do things. But because of some hurdles, they are not able to do. Remove the hurdle, they will do it by themselves. That removing, because they don't know, they came to you, you remove that. Hence, in humanistic approach, we will respect and regard the client. Genuineness, you should be genuinely regard the respect the client. And don't undermine him. Don't say that he cannot solve the problem, that's why he came to you. No, he can. But he came to you only to remove the blocks. Right? That is about humanistic approach. This is also called as person-centered approach. He can do that provided if you provide the proper environment with the respect, regard, and genuineness. These are the and empathy. You have to develop the proper environment. This is about humanistic. These are the 4 approaches which are being given. In each approach, if you want to do counseling in one of the approaches, depending upon the problem, you have to choose the approach. Right? And for each of one of them, they have given the structured questions too. Structured questions too, they have given. And in that unit, they also focused on certain of the, these are the approach in certain of the family therapies, like solution focused therapy, systematic family therapy, or some of the therapies they have given, and strategic family therapy. Eh? So they have given 5 or 6 therapies. So you just go through those therapies, and if you want to use those therapies, what are the questions? First thing is what approach you want to do, and next thing is sometimes you will mix eclectic approach. You will go. We will use the cognitive approach and behavioristic approach together. We take the right. We will take this different approaches. We will take, and there are therapeutic techniques are again different. There is a solution focused therapy is there. You have to understand the therapies and you have to choose one among these therapies. What? Family therapy. Whatever is there, so that is being given. Selecting appropriate approach and selecting the appropriate therapy. So sometimes if you feel that all the approaches are useful, you can take the eclectic approach. Eclectic approach. Okay? You can mix and you can do that. So this is about your paper 7, and here also you have to prepare your own interview schedule. You have to prepare your own interview schedule. Minimum it should not be too small, because you don't get the total information by a small thing. Small question. By asking 2 or 3 questions, you can't understand the client completely. So your interview schedule to consist of 30 questions minimum. So that's why I told you it takes hardly 15 minutes. The question should be simple, but you just prepare yourself with a question schedule and you go that. So here different therapies and there are I think 6 practicals are there here in this 7th manual. You are having 6 or how many? Yeah, there are 6 practicals are there. There are hypothetical case records are there. So, and there are another 5 regarding marital relations, yoga therapy, impact of chronic illnesses. They have taken the common things and they made you to practice preparing a interview schedule. So if you prepare thrice or 4 times the interview schedule, keep your objective in your mind and prepare the what do you want exactly. Keep the objective in your mind and then go prepare the question. Prepare the questionnaire. As madam told you, she prepared the questionnaire, which should be useful for our counseling as well as for the society too. So that's why you have to prepare the questions like that, and the steps are given in the manual. You have to go through and go to the conduct the thing. Here 4 situations they have given: marital relationship, impact of yoga therapy. Why they have taken yoga therapy is it is being used in counseling. Most of the time people are using for relaxation. Yoga therapy is being used for focusing, for mindfulness. All this will come under positive psychology. Positive psychology, mindfulness, and focusing oneself. This will come under positive psychology. That's why positive psychology techniques are also being used in counseling now, which are being identified as the best way instead of always focusing on the problem. By providing positive things, you can also uplift or enhance the self-esteem and problem-solving ability of the client. Our main objective is to enhance the healthy problem solving ability of the client, not to remove all his problems. It is impossible. We are making them to deal the problem in a healthy way. We are
Making them
preparing them
capable.
to deal, yes, capable to deal the problem in a healthy way,
Yes.
with more beneficial, with maximum benefit to the people. Definitely there are some losses, but still maximum benefit to the people. And understanding the things, this is more important. If you understand, you can lead it. Understanding is most important. If you understand in an objective way, you can do things without any
Here,
bias.
one thing I'll say, ma'am.
Yes.
Actually, we
Hmm.
can understand their issues, but if they start learning how to understand their own
They,
issues, they
yes,
can handle better. And
that is
this
that is
thought
the
journal,
purpose of counseling.
yes, and
That
this
is,
thought journal is really very effective. We must make them write the thought journal. That makes them aware of themselves.
yes. Journal writing is the best way they can understand and introspect themselves, and they can know very well about themselves. Okay, this is about the seventh thing. So I think I covered sixth and seventh, and the guidelines for the special paper are already given to you. And anything else from my side? Internship also, the guidelines are given. In all internship, what you have to do is you have to write the case history. The case history tools are given at the end of the internship book, and then you have to write about the genogram. You have to understand the power relationship in the family, hierarchy and subtypes of the family, and identification of stressors. These are very important. In all internship cases, you have to identify the stressors. What are the exact stressors of your client? This is most important thing. And then understanding the manifestations of the problem, how it is being manifested by the client, and what are the stressors, how they are being manifested by the client. So these are the things which they have given the pro forma also in your internship. Go to the you have to write down 4 cases, 2 counseling and 2 psycho family therapy. You have to take, you have to observe, and you have to conduct these, collect the data from this, and then by your guide will be allotted to you, and under their supervision you have to do this internship program. So anything, any questions? Yes, any questions, or shall we close?
Yeah. No, ma'am. Actually, I want to know about the certificate. How to attach the certificates and get it filled. Like sample of permission letter is there. So how to get it signed from here, madam? Geetam madam is there. With that, madam only
Consent,
will be getting consent.
consent letter,
Sample of
consent.
permission letter for the practicums. One is that, and the certificate of completion. So what are the things we
Yeah,
have to attach with the
yeah.
You
Sir will
go
do.
through your booklet and what are the requirements it is there, you can put it.
Sir, I am having the booklet here. I am asking from the booklet only.
What you want?
Here, certificate of completion is there. Certificate of completion.
Certificate of completion. Who has to sign on that?
Program in charge.
Program in charge is the study center.
Study center. Program in charge means Vimla ma'am.
Not Vimla madam, coordinator of TJPS college.
So we will just attach these forms. Xerox of these forms we will be attaching just.
Whatever forms it is there in the booklet, you take it and in your side you can fill it. Remaining things they will take care of.
Okay. So here one more ma'am is there, no, from Geetam you said. So what are the things we need to get it signed from her?
Get it signed, not get it signed. You have to undergo with the guide. Practicum MCFT 002.
Only for the dissertation.
Dissertation, she has to guide you. You are not going to guide her.
No, I will be asking, yes,
You
sir.
have to take guidance from her. Just for signature, she will not sign on that.
So
She will
only for
guide
the
you.
dissertation part, I will go and
Dissertation,
contact her.
please listen. Dissertation part, you talk to the Sangeeta madam. She will tell you what to do, what topic you have to select, and based on her suggestion, you have to do. Already I have selected, you have to sign means she will not sign.
Okay, so the other papers, no need to talk
She
to
is
her.
guiding you, not guiding by you.
Yeah, sir, that is true, sir. I'm
Hmm.
not asking that. Means for
And
the
you are
other
telling that
papers,
I have to get signature. I have to get. Don't speak like that. I have to get signature. You have to take guidance from the madam. After completion of your work, she will sign if she
yeah.
is satisfied.
So only for the dissertation relation, I will talk to her. No
Yeah.
need to talk about other papers.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you,
Sir,
sir.
even for a first year also, the dissertation work needs to be signed, sir?
No,
Yes.
not necessary. Not necessary.
Not necessary. Okay.
It is there in the format.
I
Yes, it is there.
am
It
not
is there.
sure, sir.
there.
It is there.
MCFTL 01
Yes,
Yeah,
minute.
it
yes.
is there, sir.
It is there, sir. It is there for 5 also. 05 also. It should be signed
05.
by the research supervisor. Has to sign it.
Research supervisor sign. We
Is
will do
there.
it, madam. Manam చేస్తాం. We'll do it.
Man said we'll do it.
Madam
మీరు
and myself will do
చేసేస్తారండి
it.
We will do it. No
ఓకే
problem.
మీరు చేసేస్తారు కదా మేము పంపిస్తాం
మీరు పంపించేయండి మేము చేసేస్తాం.
But
సరే
first year students MCFTL 008, you have to pay examination fee for that also.
Self journal.
First year students PGD CFT and MSc first year
ఓకే
practical component MCFTL 008. They have mentioned that it's a project, mini project.
ఓకే
So for that
80
you have to pay examination fee. Just now
Sir,
I have
80
checked with the examination form. In examination form MCFTL 008 also you have to pay examination fee.
ఓకే సో
Sir,
where do we pay, sir? This is
Examination link IGNOU website, it is there.
okay.
Whether you have paid exam fee or not next coming examination.
No, sir, I have not yet paid it.
If you want write in June, you have to pay. Otherwise, leave it. Next time you can write.
Yeah, sure.
So second year, sir,
Second year also same.
we have to pay examination fee.
You have to pay examination fee. But second year, you check with examination form whether your courses are there or not.
And also the thing is, in case we submit our assignments now, and can we write in the next term the rest of the exams and all, or do we have to submit again all the assignments?
No. Assignments once you submit, that is enough.
Oh, okay.
Sir, can I get the contact number?
Whom?
If in case I have any doubts regarding submitting the practicums.
Submitting practicum, your study center TJPS college, you can talk to the Markandeylu, one assistant coordinator is there. You talk to him and submit the practicum records.
Can I get his phone number, sir?
Currently, I am not having. Write a mail to RC Vijayawada, they will provide you.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can we
So this
send by
practical-
post the practicums?
Huh?
Can we send by post or should we come to the center directly?
Where are you now?
I am from Anantapur.
You can send it by post. Your study center address is there, no?
So for the dissertation part, I have to get it signed then how, sir?
No. They will get.
No. The dissertation part, you have to get signature from the guide. That is first year or second year you are asking?
Second year, sir.
Second year, you talk to the Sangeeta ma'am, and based on that, you can take guidance from her and how to do, and she will guide you.
Okay, sir. Thank
There
you.
is no guides in Andhra Pradesh. Only one madam is available. Or otherwise, your studies, your place is nearer to Bangalore, you can transfer to Bangalore.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
So now I'll be just submitting the all practicals and dissertation. But exams I can't write now, sir, because my child is writing NEET exam. So I'll be very busy with from the month of May and all June. So that's
Madam,
why I'm
May
submitting.
31st is last date. Before that, you can submit any time.
No, I'll be submitting, sir, but practical exams I can't write now this time.
Practical exam. What practical exam? We don't have any practical exam.
Some Viva or something will be there.
For which only project we have Viva. Remaining we don't have any Viva.
No exams are there. Okay. Okay.
Please go through the our booklet. All your doubts will be cleared. There is no
Okay, sir.
examination for practicum. There is no examination for internship. Only Viva VC will be there for project MCFTP 002. Remaining
Online Viva.
only you can send to the study center.
Sir, how
You-
will be Viva conducted? Is it online or offline?
Offline. You have to come to Vijayawada after submission of your project work.
Okay, sir. Is there any chance that you can conduct it online?
No.
Okay, sir.
That's why I'm telling you, Bangalore is nearest place. You can transfer to Bangalore.
Or if you come once, it will be over. Why transferring and all the things?
No,
Yes,
madam.
ma'am. Only practicum part is left. I have written the second year exams also.
No, ma'am. If they have problem, they can transfer and attend the Bangalore. No problem. We give convenient to them. So their convenient they can attend. We should not force them to come to Vijayawada. So their convenient they can attend in Bangalore. If they send mail to regional center Vijayawada, we will transfer to Bangalore. Even only one guide is there. Madam also going to foreign in May month. If she is not available, this time project work will not be completed here. Some people.
She is also leaving in May, 2 years.
Yeah, she is also going to yes.
Yes.
So that's why
Get it signed soon. Get it signed soon before May first week. She is
That's
going on
why
10th or 11th. 10th or 11th she is leaving.
that's why I'm suggesting all the second year project candidates talk to her. Based on that, she will guide them. If they are agree with her guidance, they will complete their project work. If they are
Okay,
not
sir.
agree with madam guidance, they will take another regional center and go there and complete.
Viva can also be over at the same time, sir.
No.
Viva will be conducted at the regional center Vijayawada based on the guidelines given by headquarters. The date will be decided by Delhi headquarters. After that, we will inform you.
Okay, sir. Can I leave?
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Vandana.
you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Gopal
sir.
garu.